Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Coach Honey Shantay Adams. This is Financial Fitness Fridays Talk Plus. I'm back. Happy Friday to you all. Happy Friday. Let's get into it because I'm pressed on time. But I'm here and I'm excited to what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about value. Value first, profit follows. That means income follows, cash flow follows. It follows value. So we're going to talk about the value driven entrepreneur. How you bring value first, watch your cash flow. Your profit flow. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to talk about 6 points as it relates to that. I'm happy to see you all. It's been a minute. I have traveled back from Canada, and then when I came back, I was in lockdown in meetings last Friday. I just could not get away. And so I'm back here, and I want to bring you all value, especially for entrepreneurs, business owners, those who are getting into the space, maybe new to the space, but you want to make sure that you are creating something that people will want to come back to you about in terms of your business. And so today is for those who really want to say, hey, what do I need to do in my business? My business is stalling. What do I need to do? What shift do I need to make? What mindset do I need to adopt or have? And so today I'm bringing that value to you all. I believe it's good. I'm receiving it myself. So as I'm pouring out, I'm also eating back even the more. So, but I'm here today to bring you all that value. So take notes, ask questions, put in the comments, leave me some feedback, like it and share it as well. Like and share as well, because I believe it's going to benefit and be a blessing to all those, no matter what business you're in, no matter what product service you bring to the marketplace, you're going to get value today in this conversation. So with that being said, I want to jump into this topic today. As I mentioned, it's value first, profit follows. This is for the value driven entrepreneur. So if you are not a value driven entrepreneur, maybe listen today, you may become that even the more, because that's where you can see more increased cash flow. So how many of y'all want more increased cash flow? I know I do. So let's talk about it. So the first thing is people pay for solutions. That's not a myth, that's real. That's real. That's facts. People pay for solutions. The more value you provide, the more people are willing to do business with you. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. People are more willing to do business with you. So if you're bringing value to people, you're providing solutions to people, people want that. They're willing to pay for it. So no matter how much it is, if it brings tremendous value and you're presenting it in such a way, people want it. And they're willing to pay for that. I used to think, oh, that's going to cost too much and they don't, they may not want to spend that. I used to think that way. How many of you all had that kind of limited thinking? That's why self-improvement is so important. That's why I'm always talking about self-improvement. That's what we was in Canada, talking about self-improvement, our mindset, our way of thinking, to shift that, to come up higher in our thinking. And so when you put your value, your worth in something, then people are willing to pay for it if you have the work, the value that actually accompanies that. You can be throwing out a high price tag and you don't have no value, and the value is not there for the people you're trying to sell it to, so to speak. So I just want to put that out there, that value, people do pay for solution. They pay for things that are worth it. So like the formula is value, trust, clients or customer, revenue equals profit. I say that one more time. Value, trust, or you can say client or customer, or the last one is revenue. Those four formulas equals profit. You notice it started with value first, not the product first, not what you got. It's value first. Value, then you trust. Value leads to trust. And so that's my second point. So when you bring in value, you're a value-driven entrepreneur. Like I consider myself a value-driven entrepreneur. I want to bring so much value to the marketplace that it's establishing trust, that these people are going to want to be a client of mine. I'm not out to get a sale. And so sometimes you sit down with people, they out to get a sale. And they come with the energy of trying to get a sale, and you feel it. Let's be real. Some of y'all probably do it who listening to me. Ooh, I know Coach Honey didn't say that. Yes, Coach Honey said that because you can feel it. And so if you become a more value-driven entrepreneur, value first, profit follows, it's a law. And the more I am, and I'm understanding this by and by, even myself as an entrepreneur, I'm getting it better. I'm understanding it better. And so because I understand it better, that means I'm applying what I'm telling you all to do, or I'm suggesting you all to do, or ask you all to consider in your business, or if you are one who interested in getting into entrepreneurship or in entrepreneurship, what I'm suggesting, these things are real. These are points are legitimate. They are, if you want to see a term, including myself, then we need to apply these things diligently. And so value builds trust. So clients or customers buy or do business with people who they trust. We know that like, no, trust factor is real. Like, no, trust factor is real. And word of mouth is still one of the best form of marketing. It is. People buy for people who they trust. And if they don't trust you, then they're not going to ultimately do a whole lot of business with you. So, but if you bring value, so much value, and you are a value-driven entrepreneur, it will create that trust. It just almost just starts happening. They start to like you. They start to get to know you. And then guess what? Trust is being built because you led with value. You came with that energy of giving, and you leading with value. And your heart posture is that way. Your mindset, that energy is that way. Everything is in divine alignment that way. And so guess what? Now they buy from you, but they trust you, and they go refer people to you. So the key is to be focused on helping or service. So that's the key, is to really come with that. I was ministering yesterday, and I spoke about that, and it just kind of came to me about the go-giver. And how the go-giver, if you read the book, it talks about, the first thing it talks about is value. It talks about value. The first thing, and sometimes people think, oh, you got to get this. And in the book, it gives an example of a person who said when they saw, I can't remember. It was something, someone saw a person who, I can't remember, so I don't want to misspeak out a term. So I'm just going to paraphrase, so to speak. They saw a person who needed some help in an area. One person saw that they could use some help in this area. The other person saw it as a money opportunity. So one came with the attitude to help. The other one came with the attitude of how much money can I get from this person if I help them, basically. So you see how one come with the energy of getting, and the other one came with the energy of getting. Now I can't remember the exact context of the story, but you all get that example there. So if you come with the energy of giving, then you most likely you're going to receive whatever you're supposed to receive, whether it be the cash flow, the profits, whatever that is. You're going to receive that, right? So, but if you come with the energy of getting, now that's a different story. And because of that, now you're most likely not going to get it. You're not going to even see the profit. You're not even going to see a return. You're not going to get anything. So when I was reading that book even yesterday, and I was also speaking about a little bit of that yesterday, it reminded me of a quote I posted on Facebook here on February 13th. Matter of fact, I read it live yesterday. I posted it on Facebook several months ago about the seed. When you plant a seed, then you can expect a harvest. So it's come with the energy of service. It's come with the energy of giving, not the energy of chasing, and so or getting. Because when the moment you do, it's felt. The people feel that. They do. And I know I do. If someone come with that energy, I feel it. And I'm a human being. And I know we all are human beings here. So therefore, we feel that. And so we don't want people to feel that way, because it's not going to be profitable. It's not going to be good for us. So we want to come with the energy of giving and not the energy of getting. Come with the energy of giving brings value to the market. And so the other thing about how a value-driven entrepreneur, when we do value first, profit follows, is value solves problems. Value solves problems. So like, for example, I had a meeting with someone yesterday, a business meeting with someone. And I was just speaking to them about, they were speaking to me about what they want to do and some problem areas in their business. So they were disclosing to me their pain points. And so I'm listening, collecting information, collecting what they're saying. And then I began to bring all the tons of value that I have for this person. This person was like, wow, really? I'm fired up. I'm excited. He was so pumped up. I mean, so pumped up. Because he understood that, whoa, this woman is bringing me not only the value to solve that problem, hello somebody, but I brought even more value to say, hey, this is what you can expect, and this is how it will flow for you, even when you get this off the ground and do this. So I was steps ahead of him, problems that are not even there for him. But however, he saw me that, hey, if I have that problem, or when I get to this level, I know you can provide the solution. Because I already put the solution out there to him, forecasted that, hey, when you get to this point in your business, this is what you can expect. This may happen, but this is a solution I'm providing to you even now. So I brought tons of value to this person, to the point they was fired up. They were excited. They wanted to sit down and have another meeting with me. And they wanted to have all the different things that I was talking to them about. So it wasn't just one thing, it was multiple things. And that person left out like, wow. And he just met me. Mind you, he was a referral to me. So I did not know him from a can of paint. Did not know him, okay? Did not know him. But however, by the time he got off that call, he said, man, I'm excited for tomorrow. Man, you got me fired. I'm so excited. Man, this is what I've been waiting for. I was answering things for him like a dream. Like he couldn't believe. He was like, wow, that's what I needed. That's what I want in my business. So when you bring that level of value to the marketplace, I don't care what the price tag is. I don't care what it is, because they know that you are the solution. And people are willing to pay for what they get solution on. Hey, Brianna, how you doing, my beautiful lady? How you doing? How's it going? Thank you. So value, bringing, solving problems in the marketplace reward problem solvers. So the marketplace rewards problem solvers, those who can solve the problem, provide the solution, and help them get to the next level. Or wherever they're going, whether it be in investment, whether it be in their business, whether it be in their entrepreneurship journey, wherever the case it may be, and for their family, for their, just for their community, anything like that, it turns for you. You getting to see a shift that's happening in your business. So entrepreneurs who identify a need and provide a solution creates value that others are willing to pay for. They are willing to pay for it. Value separates you from No, I'm live. Value separates you from competitors. So that's a big deal. Value separates you from competitors. So many entrepreneurs and business owners compete over prices. So when you're competing over prices, that everybody does that sometimes. People do that rather. So, but however, when you are a value-driven entrepreneur, you compete on impact, service, expertise, and results. That's why you look at my thing, I talk about strategy, I talk about results, I talk about having your confidence, I talk about growth. I'm talking about things that you bring value to you, solving your problems, bringing results, giving you strategies, and then ways you can implement those strategies. Not just talking to you about it, like we just talking all day about strategies, but okay, let's implement it. Let's create action so we can see the results that you desire. And so when you're bringing that level of value to the marketplace, oh man, you're separated. You don't have to worry about competing. I don't care if 5 people do the same thing. And that's the attitude. I used to think like, man, everybody's doing the same thing. And that years ago, when I got into entrepreneurship, I didn't want to do certain things. I said, well, everybody else is doing it. Why I want to do it? And that was my limited thinking. My thinking was small. And also, not only my thinking was small, I didn't know the value that I had and the value that I carry. So when I wrote that book, Release the Honey Within You, that's when my thinking and my value had changed. It was beginning to change because I wrote a whole chapter about value and knowing your value. And when you bring your value and what you have is valuable to the table, to that marketplace, it doesn't matter who's doing what. It can have the exact same thing as you. They could do the exact same thing as you. Same coach. If you're in the financial world, you're in the business world, if you are a tax person, or if you are doing legal advice, legal services, it doesn't matter what the business is. It's a multitude of business. You're in a car cleaning business, car business, sales business. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can be the same type of consultant. But what separates you from that other person or the other people is what value do you bring? And are you value-driven entrepreneur? Not that you have value, but are you value-driven? That means it's first. It's a priority. Or are you want to say, I got to get this money? Because that person, there are those who are like that too. The other thing is value creates sustainable profit. Business entrepreneurs that chase profit or chase money often struggle to keep their customers. Entrepreneurs that consistently create value will have loyal clients, loyal customers, repeated customers, generate recurring revenue, profit, cash flow, and they will see sustainable growth in their business. That's a big one. Value creates sustainable profit when you bring in value. And then the last point I want to bring up, so I want to keep this short and brief, value increases your influence. Big one, big time. As your value increases, so does your reputation. People see you as a trusted source, Larger network, bigger opportunity, strategic partnership, and greater cash flow. Greater cash flow.